Good Monday morning and welcome to TWINN number 69 on this beautiful spring Monday morning, where in 5 minutes or less, I plan on sharing with you some topics that we need to be paying attention to and sometimes adjusting our course. Let's talk about VPNs first though. Specifically, the retail VPN service providers that supposedly offer security, privacy, anonymity, and so on. So for between $5 to $12 a month, you can typically have your traffic from your computer or mobile device rerouted through another city or another country. This is useful for content, for example, that is geo-restricted to outside of your country, and you need to or want to have access to that. Now, the marketing for VPNs of this kind is almost always misleading because there's only one technical feature to such a VPN, which is that the IP address of your computer's appearance on the internet is masked. Now, the value of changing your IP address is quite debatable. It's converging on zero value, but the cost of doing so is quite another. And here is an example of why. There's new research that reveals that Surfshark, TurboVPN, and ViperVPN are installing risky root certificates. This is definitely not a good thing because it means that your computer is being told to trust anything that the VPN service says is trustworthy. It's breaking TLS, SSL encryption entirely. Now, there is a way to use retail VPN safely, though, and it boils down to an approach that we've long advocated for. So if you have an actual need to change your publicly visible IP address, the way to do it is to make such a VPN connection from your router itself so that you can selectively reroute traffic. And we will be discussing this a little bit more in upcoming blog articles. In our second story here, we have an organization called Anomaly 6 that has been demonstrating its surveillance powers, and they claim to monitor the movements of billions of phones around the world and unmask spies with the press of a button. And we simply cannot get calloused about this, especially in light of this next story. Democracies now spy on their citizens. And with power, we know, comes corruption. It is just too opportunistic for governments of all kinds now to conduct surveillance as they do. And while it likely cannot be stopped as a whole, we can and must individually adopt all sorts of non-defaults and purposeful steps to keep a degree of privacy and security for those that we care about. And Google and Mandiant share data that's quite alarming about 0 days having doubled since 2019. Now, Maddie Stone said that as an industry, we're not making 0 day hard, and that's absolutely true. Organized crime, of course, knows this, and therefore is able to continue to conduct as they are. And in our last story today, it seems like we cannot go a week without another ransomware warning, but now there's this group called Black Cat Ransomware that has breached over 60 organizations, prompting the FBI to send out this warning. And did you know that the difference between a first-party ad and a third-party ad is simply who does the serving? First-party ads don't serve malware. Third parties often do. So you'll notice in my video recordings of my twins that some publications' ads do show while others do not. And I do not even run a browser-based ad blocker. Only the security gateway blocks these third-party ads. Thanks for watching. See you again next week.